Today, I'm going to share with you a simple strategy that can help you build an investment account of $1.8 million over the course of 30 years, all without increasing your out-of-pocket monthly payments and allowing you to be in a position where you can even pay your mortgage off quicker than you were originally paying it before. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Myles Nowik here from the Nowik Mortgage Team, powered by Indy Mortgage. You're gonna have to bear with me. I got a bit of a cold thanks to having a 1.5-year-old in daycare. I feel like ever since he started daycare, I've been nonstop sick. I'm actually sick of being sick, but this is really useful information, and I really wanted to get this video recorded and out to people because there's a huge opportunity here for anyone that wants to take advantage of it. As of January 15th of this year, Canadian homeowners will have this new opportunity. They're going to be able to refinance their homes with an insured mortgage up to 90% of the home's post-renovation value for the creation of a secondary suite. This can include anything from basement suites to carriage homes to laneway homes or whatever you need, even if it means going past that normal 80% refinance limit. You can extend your amortization to 30 years to keep the payments low, and there's even a separate low-interest loan program, the Canadian Secondary Suite Loan Program, offering up to $80,000 to help you get those suites built. So what does this mean for you? Well, it's all about options. You can speed up paying off your mortgage, you can balance that with building an investment portfolio, or focus solely on building pure wealth. The question is, how can we use this to become mortgage-free and build wealth? Potentially like $1.8 million over the long term. The first scenario we're going to talk about is paying your mortgage off at lightning speed. But before we get into the scenario, let's imagine you're currently sitting on a mortgage of $500,000. And let's say we're up for renewal and your monthly payment's going to increase because of higher interest rates. So let's say it's going up to, I don't know, $3,110 at the higher interest rates. But with this new refinance program, you can increase your mortgage to, let's say, $600,000. And let's say it's at 4.54% over 30 years. That means your monthly payment's going to increase to $3,040. But here's the twist. You're adding a secondary suite that's going to bring in, let's say, $2,000 a month in rental income. After collecting that rent, your net monthly payment on your mortgage is effectively dropping down to $1,040 out of pocket. It's not too bad. In scenario one, you decide to use that rental income to pay down your mortgage as fast as possible. Remember, your payment was at $3,040 a month. And now, after considering that rental income, you only need to cover, let's say, $1,040 out of pocket. You can increase your effective payment by 20%, so pushing it to $3,648 using that rental income. On top of that, you can contribute an annual lump sum of about $16,700 a year, or the leftover rental income annually, directly towards the principal of the mortgage. After 5 years, you've cut your amortization significantly, slashing it by over 13 years. You'll be mortgage-free in roughly 18 years and 1 month instead of 30. And when we look at this scenario, your payment was going to increase no matter what based on the higher rates. It was going to increase to $3,110 on that shorter amortization. And I believe I based that off 25 years. I apologize, I forgot to put that in the script. But either way, we're now in a position where our payments are going to be around the same, right? They're going to be about $3,040. So they're going to be lower than our renewal payment, but we're also paying our mortgage off significantly faster, putting us in a position where we're going to be mortgage free. We're going to have increased the value of our home because of the basement suite. And on top of that, we have that monthly income coming in. It's a well-performing asset producing monthly cash flow, putting you in a position that when you are mortgage free, it's 100% in pocket. Then you can start investing it. You can start using it to supplement your income or retire if you have other investments to help supplement that. There's lots of options out there, but it puts you in a position where you can pay your mortgage out like that. Now, for scenario two, and I'm going to start off by saying scenario one is one end of the spectrum, scenario two is the other. This one's the happy medium. This is the one where we're focusing on not only paying our mortgage off, but building a nice investment nest egg for the future. Now, there is a big argument on whether I should pay my mortgage or invest and which rate is higher and which rate is lower, blah, blah, blah. I'm of a mind that you should be trying to do both. You should be socking money away for retirement, a rainy day, or investments, but you should also be focusing on paying off your debts too, whether it's high interest credit card debts or lines of credit or your mortgage. You should be trying to pay those balances off. But it's really difficult when you try and focus on one over the other. This kind of gives you that happy medium ground. Let's say we've done the refinance, we've built the suite, and we're going to take that $2,000 in rental income and use about 608 of it to boost your mortgage payments to that by that 20%. But we're also going to take the remaining amount of that rent and toss it into an investment, and that amount equaling out to about $1,392 a month. Imagine socking away $16,000 a year into an investment. And if that investment's growing at 7% annually, by the time you're mortgage free on this, which is going to be around 20 years, maybe 21 years, you're going to have an investment account of around $732,000 to $750,000. That's a substantial wealth build alongside with owning your home outright. And remember, the suite has also increased the value of your home, increasing your overall net worth, and it's also still producing that cash flow that you can utilize after the mortgage is paid off. Whether you decide to retire and pull investments and do all those fun things, or maybe you double down and start throwing the entire rental income into that investment account to really push that up. The options are kind of limitless with this. There's lots of potential. Now for the third scenario. Like I said, the complete other end of the spectrum. We're not going to pay off debt. We're going to build wealth here. That's our goal. And this is a great scenario for someone who's young. Let's say you're young, mid-20s, mid-30s, and you have a house and you're looking to make that house produce some cash flow for you and make you some money. It's kind of a great option, but once again, dragging out the length of time of that mortgage costs you more in interest. So there are some numbers you'd want to factor into this and consider, but all in all, when I look at the, return on this, kind of makes sense. So in this scenario, you say, forget speeding my mortgage up and paying it off quickly. You're all about growing that wealth. So here, your new total monthly payment, once again, is $3,040 a month. But thanks to that $2,000 a month in rental income, we've increased our monthly cash flow. And you could allocate, let's say, $320 a month to that payment, allowing you to bring that payment down to around $2,720, which was your payment prior to renewal. So you're avoiding any form of payment shock. And you're still saving about $1,680 a month that you can invest. No extra work, no extra pain, just pure savings redirected into an investment. If you were to invest $1,680 per month at, let's say, 7% returns, over 30 years, you're looking at about $1.8 million to $2 million. And if you throw the full $2,000 a month into it, that would build out to being around $2.5 million over 30 years. Let those numbers sink in, $2 to $2.5 million. Plus, don't forget that secondary suite has boosted your property value, and it's a nice performing asset producing monthly cash flow. And now you have a massive investment portfolio that you can retire on or utilize for supplementing your income. Who says you can't have your cake and eat it too? So let's recap on these scenarios. Scenario one, you use the rental income to absolutely crush your mortgage debt fast, paying it off in around 18 years. In scenario two, you split the difference and you accelerate your mortgage payoff to around 21 to 22 years, while simultaneously building a healthy investment account that's worth around $750,000. But in scenario three, we maximize wealth creation, focusing our monthly savings into investments, potentially building an investment account of 1.8 to really $2.5 million over 30 years, depending on how much you're willing to pay on your mortgage and how much you're willing to sock away into that account. These options are super flexible and can be tailored to your personal situation. Personally, I'm 35 years old, so if I'm being honest, I'd lean more into scenario three. Long-term wealth building just makes sense to me. But if you're maybe a little bit older, more so leaning into lower payments or paying your mortgage off faster might fit your goals better. It's all about where you're at in life and what you want to achieve when it comes to paying off your mortgage, building wealth, retiring, or saving for a rainy day. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think this is a good program? What approach would work best for you? Drop your comments down below and let's discuss. And if you got any value out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel so more people like you can see it. Once again, my name is Myles Nowik. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.